Welcome to Family Therapy. Today we will be exploring each of your relationships with Huck Finn. First up is Pat. Alright, right this way. Go ahead and make yourselves at home. So, tell me about your relationship.
Well, he's my Pat, but he don't care about me too much.
Hey now that ain't true. I love your money, and we borrow from each other all the time.
No, Pat, you borrow from me.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing other than the fact you's a drunkard. You see, once he chased me round and round our cabin with a clasp knife, calling me the angel of death, and saying he would kill me, and then I couldn't come for him no more. I thought I was gone.
Well, you ain't nothing but a burden to me anyway.
Well, it seems to me that because Pap is your father, you tolerate his abuse. You're constantly seeking his approval, and you show it by taking care of him. Through this experience, you began to realize that Pap was never going to change his reckless behavior, and this led to your general distrust of adults throughout your life. Unlike the traditional family setting, Pap disapproved of your education, and as a result, sought to limit your growth.
I don't even hear this from some dumb doctor who don't know nothing about me.
That old geezer never cared about me nohow. It was always good old Jim who looked after me best.
Well then, let's bring in Jim.
Well, hey, Jim!
Hey, Huck, I haven't seen you since Let Me Free. Them good old days on the rock with you.
Yeah. Jim?
Huck?
Jim?
Huck Finn?
Jim?
Huck?
Hella, Jim, have I been asleep?
Goodness gracious, is that you? And you ain't dead? You's alive? Thank God to goodness.
What's the matter with you, Jim? Why are you talking about my coming back and all that stuff? As I've been gone away.
Huck Finn, look me in the eye. You ain't gone away?
Gone away? Why, what in nation do you mean?
Well, I reckon I did dream it. Now wait just a second. We did get separated. Look at all this trash. I got all word out thinking you were gone and looking for you. I didn't care no more about what was made of this rock. And all you was thinking was how you can make a fool out of old Jim with a lie.
It sounds to me like you felt guilty after you tricked Jim because you realized that he really cares about you. Jim has become a sort of father figure to you and taught you that you should be responsible for your own actions, something that Pat never enforced. Jim became your moral compass, and later in your life, you felt obligated to free Jim from the Phelps. Thank you, Jim. Next, let's bring in Widow Douglas and Aunt Sally.
Bye, Jim.
Anger and aggression.
Oh dear, who let you out of the house looking like such a big mess?
You're joking. Stop it, you're making me look like a girl.
Now you mind us. You remember what happened the last time you misbehaved. Oh, I'm awful worried about Sid. Do you think he's okay? You both scared me so bad when he snuck out last night.
I'm sure Sid is doing fine.
Now, the door ain't gonna be locked tonight, but you'll be good, won't you? You won't go, for my sake?
Laws knows I want to go bad enough. It was all intended to go, but after that I wouldn't have went. Not for kingdoms.
Huck, in my opinion, you decided to obey Aunt Sally and stay that night because, just like with Jim, you felt guilty about causing pain to someone who cares about you. You have no problem lying to complete strangers, but your attachment with Aunt Sally makes you want to be honest with her. However, your love for Aunt Sally does not make you desire to become civilized, and you still long for your independence. Thank you for your time. Huck, would it be okay if I brought in the Grangerfords and the Shepherdsons?
Not at the same time. They're gonna kill each other.
Oh, let's not worry about that. Bring them in.
Is that you, Buck? Oh, it's so good to see you too, Buck.
See you live.
Excuse me, but where are the Shepherdsons?
They're
shot and a gun and a...
Alrighty then, why don't we just talk about your relationship? Tell me if I'm wrong, but as I understand it, when you first arrived at the Grangerford house, you were impressed by the splendor of their furnishings and assumed the family was something similar to royalty. The Grangerfords treated you so well that it changed your perception of what you believed a normal family should be. It seems as though you were enchanted with their lifestyle, but as you saw the feud develop, you realized you didn't really belong there, but rather enjoyed the simplicity of life on the raft with Jim.
Well, Doc, you hit that one right on the head.
Well, thank you, Buck. Now let's call in Tom Sawyer.
Well, hiya, Tom. Hiya, Huck. How you been? I sure missed you.
I missed you too, Huck. Sure sad I couldn't be there for you on your crazy adventures on the raft.
Me too, buddy. Boy, I wish you could have been there when I faked my own death or when I stole that money back from Mary Jane from those crazy con men, the King and Duke. Oh, buddy, I sure did miss you.
Well, don't you forget the amazing plan I came up with to free Jim. I bet Aunt Sally and Uncle Silas still talk about that one.
Yeah.
Can I cut in here? By my observation, you two have a great relationship. Huck, I think you're inspired by Tom's confidence and that you look up to him like an older brother. Whenever you accomplish something that you're proud of, you wish Tom was there to praise your work. Sometimes, Huck, you blindly accept Tom's opinion, which shows the respect and love that you have for him. Okay, boys, will you give me a few minutes to collect my thoughts and give my finishing statements?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, everyone, I brought in two experts to finish up today's session. First up is my good friend, David E. Sloan.
In my opinion, Huck's consequent escape to the raft is one of the brightest the moment which fixes and defines the meaning of the raft as a home. Also, Huck says something that represents the brightest spot in the symphony now rising in power towards its climax. Something just at the end of his escape from the Grangford experience, which he could not have said about the widow and Miss Watson's, nor about Pap's cabin with its ease. Huck says, "We said there weren't no home like a raft after all." And so, for the first time, Huck has a home.
Thank you, Dr. Sloan. Next up is my colleague, Keith M. Oakdahl.
It seems to me that the grown-up frightens Huck. Pap's first appearance is terrifying. Even the loving Jim gives Huck a start, for the boy sees at first smoking fire which terrifies him. The Grangerfords threaten to shoot the boy, and the Duke and the King carry danger behind them. Miss Watson pecks at him so much that Huck says, "I most wished I was dead." The delirious Pap tries to kill him, and Jim creates a threat through his visibility. The King forces Huck into the Wilkes swindle, and the Phelpses ask armed neighbors to fight bandits, almost killing both Huck and Tom.
Thank you, everyone, for a very productive session. I'm so glad we could explore each of your relationships with Huck Finn.